not by saving money, but by undergoing some kind of transformation. So the inner transformation is what we are going to focus in this workshop. So in order to undergo this kind of inner transformation, the most important thing is that we should understand the operating environment. We should understand how the nature is functioning. We should know the secrets of nature, how this reality, this cosmic reality, the universal reality is operating. Just the way a pilot of an aircraft needs to know the operating environment, he should know about the gravitational pulse, he should know about the wind currents, he should know about the pressures, he should know about the temperatures. See, unless he has got knowledge of these things, he cannot operate his aircraft properly. Similarly, a civil engineer has to have good understanding of the gravitational principle. If he doesn't have any understanding of the gravitational pull, if he doesn't understand how these forces of nature are going to operate, he can never be a good builder. Whatever he constructs, they will fall within few hours or few days. So you should have a strong understanding of the operational environment. We are all living in this universe. We are not living outside the universe. We are living inside the universe. So since we are living in this universe, we should know the laws of nature, how this nature is functioning. So if you have understanding of this nature, you will be able to utilize the principles of nature to your advantage. It's not that if you don't have this knowledge, you will not do anything. Even if you don't have any understanding of these natural laws, you can still live your life. We don't have to understand the principle of gravity in order to experience gravity. Whether I know about gravitational pull or not, whether I know the principle of gravity or not, the moment I jump from the window of my building, I will definitely fall down. Even if I don't understand the principle of gravity, I will still fall down and I will get some injuries. So, but if you have an understanding of the gravity, you will not jump. You will not assume that you will be flying. So, having good knowledge about the principles will help us to use the knowledge to our advantage, not to our disadvantage. We cannot be fools. So, that is the reason why we have to understand the seven universal laws. So, even if you don't understand, that is fine. But if you know it, you can actually use it to your advantage, because using these principles, you can actually create the life that you want and then achieve your spiritual goals or your materialistic goals. So that is what we are going to learn, the seven universal laws. And then we are going to talk about the seven secrets. Secrets of what? Secret of manifestation, like how to manifest. See, there is great amount of power within us. There is inner power within us, a psychic power, which will help us to manifest what we want. So any desire you have in your heart can materialize into a reality, a outer reality. There is a hidden process, a natural process which is happening, wherein our dreams and desires, they are getting manifested into our reality. In a way, we are the authors of our life. If today your life is like this, it is because of your own creation. You're the unconscious creator of your own reality. Nobody is actually coming and fiddling with your life. Even if somebody is coming and fiddling with your life, it is because you have attracted them into your life because of your own thoughts and feelings. So, in essence, what we mean to say is whatever life we are living, it is our own creation. It is not the gift that was pushed onto us by the destiny or the divine entities. Each and everything that we are witnessing is the result of our own thoughts, feelings, and deeds. Maybe this incarnation or the previous incarnations. So we have that responsibility. Since we have the power to create our reality, understand that we have the power to alter our reality. No matter how bad the reality is now, still we have the power to change everything to our advantage and live a life of our choice. So this is the power that we are going to learn in this workshop. And then comes acquiring new traits. The personality has to undergo some kind of transformation in order to be a magnet which can attract money. Rich people are different from poor people in terms of not only the money that they possess, but also in terms of their personality, their habits, their thought habits, physical habits, and mental habits. So, in order to be rich, we should also have that kind of personality. We need to learn certain things. And then we need to practice certain techniques which can help us to manifest what we want. So, learning 7 secrets gives you a theoretical understanding of the manifestation process. So, this is the science of manifestation. And this practicing techniques is about the techniques, the art of manifestation. So, manifestation means getting your dreams fulfilled. Manifestation is both an art and science. So the art and science of manifestation is an important thing in our life. So if you want to learn more about the art and science of manifestation, you can also read one book by name A Thinking Heart and Implementing Mind, which was written by me and published in the year 2017. You can go through that book wherein I have actually summarized like the theory, the art and science of manifestation for joyful existence. Okay, so the workshop is actually having the basis of my book, published book, A Thinking Heart and an Implementing Mind. So now we are coming into the first topic, that is the 7 universal laws. So you might be wondering what these 7 universal laws are. So this is one of the most important learning which you should cherish throughout your life. Maybe it might not sound relevant to you this point, but I'm telling you, as you move on, you'll start understanding and appreciating and admiring the wisdom that has been given to us. These 7 principles, they were actually the summary of how the universe is actually operating. So these 7 principles, known as the Hermetic principles or the Kabbalion philosophy, is the summary, the summary of the wisdom of the ancient Egyptians, who are well advanced in science and technology. They are the people who have constructed great pyramids, and the technology they have utilized for constructing these pyramids remain mysterious even now. Even the modern day engineers, they can't even dream of constructing such like megalithic structures. So they are at the heights. So it was during that time, there was one great philosopher who has consolidated the knowledge or the wisdom of the ancient Egyptians, and this tradition has passed over generations. And in 1910, there were 3 people known as 3 initiates who have documented or who have actually written a book which actually gives the Hermetic principles. So the intention is they don't want to reveal this information to each Tom, Dick, and Harry. Means they don't want to make this information public because this is a very precious information. So they have actually used certain code language. Means we cannot, by looking at it, by reading the book, we cannot understand what actually they're talking about. It looks so crazy and weird. In ancient times, in medieval times, whenever they want to safeguard some knowledge or information, they used to use some cryptic language, which very few people could understand. The intention is to protect the sanctity of the knowledge so that people will not misuse it. Similarly, these people have come up with these hermetic principles, and there are 7 important principles that they have actually given us. The principle of mentalism, the principle of correspondence, the principle of vibration, the principle of polarity, the principle of rhythm, the principle of cause and effect, and the principle of gender. So if you understand this, it is like you are understanding the foundation of everything. Once you have strong understanding of these principles, you can actually correlate this with anything, and then you can apply this knowledge in order to make changes in your life. So don't worry if you don't understand this, because this is an abstract concept. It will take some time for unprepared minds to sink this knowledge. But don't worry, since you have got the initiation now, over a period of time, you will get to understand everything. Only thing is that try to understand. Don't think, okay, this is going off in air. So the first principle of Hermetic principle says that principle of mentalism, it is the all is mind. So whatever we are experiencing now here is happening inside the mind of the Almighty. We might be aware, we might be conscious, but in reality, we are existing where? We are existing inside the consciousness of the Almighty Supreme God. So this could be little confusing to people who are not actually exposed to spiritual knowledge, but just understand only this principle, saying that imagine that there is a great Supreme God Parabrahma, and he has got a dream, he is dreaming, and in this dream we are existing. Just the way when we are sleeping we get some dreams. There are some people who will come and interact with us, or we go to certain places. So where are those characters? What are those characters made up of? You see some person there. Who is he? What is he made up of? Where is he existing? He is existing inside your mind. And what is he made up of? He is made up of your mind stuff, mental stuff. Otherwise, he is not existing. I might be sitting next to you. When you're dreaming, I can't see anything. Only you're experiencing the existence of other beings, other things. And all these things, you have closed your eyes. There is no light going from where the light is coming. It is not blindness that is happening in your mind in your sleep. Everything is so realistic. So from where this is happening, it is happening inside the mind. All the characters are your creation, the creation of your mind. Similarly, this principle of mentalism says that whatever is happening here, it is happening inside the mind of the Almighty Supreme God. We are all characters without real substantial existence. So this is the principle of mentalism. So here what you need to understand is, in this sphere of pure potentiality, everything is possible. The lesson you have to learn here is, this is a field of pure potentiality, a field, a quantum field, where everything is possible. There is nothing like impossibility. All possibilities are existing here. So we are existing in a pool of pure potentiality. That is what you need to remember. So when we say it is a field of pure potentiality, a quantum field, we should know that everything is possible. So as human beings living on this piece of earth, we say that everything is not possible. Life is full of limitations. We see impossibility in almost everything. But this principle which says everything is possible, because we are living in a field, infinite field of pure potentiality. So this is the first principle that the Kabbalion says. So they also say that this field of pure potentiality is not a uniform field. It is having different layers. There are different layers within this. Like if you look at the atmosphere of Earth, It is not just a uniform atmosphere. It is having different strata, means different levels. Atmosphere, ionosphere, like that they are spheres. And these spheres are, though they all fall under the category of atmosphere, there is a gradation. Means one sphere is different from another sphere, one sphere is different from another sphere. They are differing in terms of their composition, though they all belong to the same. Similarly, the universal principle of mentalism says there are certain layers within this field of pure potentiality, and these layers are broadly categorized into the physical plane, with which we are all comfortable and familiar, and then the mental plane, with which we are slightly familiar, and there are some beyond that we have spiritual plane. So this is the composition of this field of pure potentiality. How they are different? They are different in terms of the degree of their frequency. So the physical frequency is a frequency, sorry, the physical plane is made up of low frequencies. The frequency of vibration is very, very low. We see rocks as dead because the frequency of the rocks are very, very low. As the frequency increases, the fineness increases. So the mind stuff we cannot see, ideas we cannot see unless they're translated into the physical form. I have an idea, you can't see those ideas. Even if I communicate my idea, you can't see it because the frequency of mental plane is much higher. And then we have a spiritual plane which is much, much, much higher in frequency. So all these planes, though they are part of the field of infinite pure potentiality, they are differing in terms of the degree of vibration. So the field that is vibrating at a lower pace is termed as the physical plane, where we are living, where we are experiencing all reality. And then there is a sphere which is above it, that is the mental plane, which is having higher frequency compared to the physical plane. And then again, we have spiritual plane, which is much, much, much higher in these things. So we are focused mostly on the physical plane, but we have some existence even in the mental plane and even in the spiritual plane. So how these things are important is they are interconnected, and they're not just three planes of existence, but they are in turn made up of several stratas. Means physical plane is again divided into so many subdivisions. Mental plane again into so many subdivisions. Spiritual plane again into so many subdivisions. So how this reality is affecting us, we will get to know in the subsequent talks. So we are living in the physical plane. Our consciousness is mostly focused on the physical plane. So many people, they are focused on physical plane. If you look at vast majority of people, they are focused on physical plane. So they make their earning by actually doing some physical work. Means they pursue activities which are physical in nature. If you take the farmers, if you take workers, construction workers, factory workers, those are the people who are actually more active in the physical plane, and they pursue physical activities using their hands, legs. Then if you look at people, there are some people who are predominantly focused on their mental plane. This includes all white collar job people who are actually putting their mind. It could be bank executives, it could be scientists, it could be researchers, it could be doctors. So those people, they're predominantly using their mind stuff in order to move on. And there are some people who actually have pursue activities which are belonging to purely spiritual plane. These are the people like saints and sages, gurus, masters. They're predominantly indulged in spiritual activities. So since we are in physical plane doesn't mean that we don't have existence in mental plane or spiritual plane. The degree differs. If you look at people in the physical plane, they have 80% of physical and maybe little of mental and little of spiritual. Similarly, spiritual people, they have 80% of spirituality and little bit of mental plane and physical plane. So how these things are going to create realities, whatever we are manifesting in our life, they are actually happening in the physical plane. You want to build a house. So first house, where it existed, the thought, you want to buy a house, you want to build a house, where is it existing? First, it is existing in the mental plane in the form of a thought, an idea, or a plan. Then that idea is coming down into the physical plane in the form of a real house.